Here's the thing about Selena Gomez. She has spent her entire life being watched. Every breakup, every health scare, every tear on a red carpet, the world has had a front row seat. And every single time she got back up, she built herself into something untouchable. A billion-dollar brand. A Grammy-nominated artist. One of the most followed people on the entire planet. So when she finally said, "I found my person," when she held up that diamond and told the world she was engaged to Blanco, we believed her. We wanted to believe her. Because after everything she'd been through, she deserved this.
But now, people are talking.
And what they're saying, you need to hear this. Let's go back to the beginning. Because to understand what's happening right now, you have to understand who Selena Gomez really is and how hard she has fought to protect her peace. This is a woman who survived one of the most public and painful relationships in pop culture history. Years of on-again, off-again heartbreak with Justin Bieber. A lupus diagnosis that almost killed her. A kidney transplant. A mental health breakdown that forced her to step away from everything she built. She went to therapy. She wrote music about her pain. She came back stronger, rawer, more real than she had ever been. And the world fell in love with her all over again, not because she was perfect, but because she was honest. So when Blanco came along, it felt different. This wasn't some flashy celebrity romance. Benny is known behind the scenes, a producer, a hitmaker, the guy who works in the background while others take the spotlight. He was funny. He was low-key. He made her laugh. And Selena, who had spent years being burned in the spotlight, seemed genuinely happy. Like, real happy. Not staged for the cameras happy.
Real.
She called him her best friend. She said he was the best thing that ever happened to her. And when the engagement was announced, millions of fans exhaled. Finally, she found someone who deserved her. And then the cracks started to show. It didn't happen all at once. That's the thing about red flags. They never do. It started small. A comment here. A vibe there. Fans began noticing things. Little moments that felt off. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. People started pointing to the way Benny speaks about Selena in public interviews. There's a tone, subtle, but it's there. A kind of casual dismissiveness that doesn't sit right. Like she's the punchline instead of the partner. Like the relationship is something he finds amusing rather than something he cherishes. And look, humor in a relationship is beautiful. Couples tease each other. That's normal. But there's a difference between playful teasing and making your partner feel small. And some people believe Benny is walking that line or crossing it. Then there are the social media moments. Selena goes out of her way, constantly, to hype Benny up. She posts him.
She talks about him.
She defends him publicly when fans come after him. But scroll through Benny's presence and the energy feels different. Quieter. Less intentional. And fans who have watched Selena for years, who know her patterns, who watched her shrink herself for other people before, are having déjà vu. Because here's what makes this really hit different. This isn't the first time we've watched Selena love someone harder than they loved her back. And the fans who grew up watching her, who cried with her through the hard years, who celebrated her comeback, they're scared. Not because they know something for certain, but because they recognize something. A feeling. A pattern. The way a strong woman starts bending herself to fit around someone else's comfort. There was one moment, and this is the moment everyone keeps coming back to, where Selena made a comment publicly that many people read as a dig. A moment where she seemed, just for a second, to pull back the curtain. Where the carefully curated image of the perfect relationship flickered. It was brief. It was subtle. But the internet caught it. Slowed it down. Replayed it. And the comment sections erupted. Was she embarrassed? Was she sending a message? Was she just having a bad day? Nobody knows for certain. But in a world where celebrities control every single pixel of their public image, when something slips through, it means something. And this is where it gets deeper. Because Selena Gomez is not a naive girl. She is a 30-something businesswoman who runs an empire, who has been navigating fame since she was a child. She knows exactly how she comes across. She knows exactly what she's posting and why. So when something feels off in how she presents this relationship, when there's a tension between her words and her energy, people pay attention. Her fans have a name for this. They call it Selena mode. It's when she goes into protective autopilot, smiling extra hard, posting extra sweet, defending extra loud. Right when something behind the scenes isn't quite right. They've seen it before. And they're saying they're seeing it again. Now, and this is important, none of us are inside this relationship. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't know the full picture. And Selena Gomez is a grown woman who is fully capable of making her own choices. She does not need the internet to save her. She has never needed that. But here's what's real. The conversation is happening. The concern is genuine. And the reason millions of people care so deeply isn't because they're nosy or they're obsessed. It's because Selena Gomez has spent years making us feel like we know her. Like she's that friend. The one who's been through it. The one who finally deserves everything good.